Does that mean we're live?
And now we're live.
Oh, now we're live? Okay. Hey everybody, Adrian Fuentes, your Maricopa County Recorder. It's been a little while since I've done a Facebook Live, but it's an auspicious occasion because we are right now 1 year away from the presidential preference election. That's right. Is it March 17th or 27th?
17th. Wow, you
17th.
threw me off there.
Is it? Did I?
Yes.
So anyway, next year, about a year from now, in March, both of the major parties and other parties probably as well are going to have presidential preference elections in Arizona. We don't call them presidential primaries. They are presidential preference elections because the parties then have a convention and there's no automatic push up to the ballot for the general for that particular. So there's a little hook in the middle. But so Arizona, it's called presidential preference election. It's on Tuesday, March 17th, 2020. Is Super Tuesday a week before that? Well, anyway, it's in March of 2020 because I think it's the 27th. Who can vote? Only people who are registered with a candidate on the ballot's party. So if the Democrats have one of their 8,000 candidates on the ballot, or any of them on the ballot, then Democrats will be able to vote. If the Republicans have one or more candidates, which is entirely possible, then Republicans will vote. If Green Party gets a qualified candidate on the ballot, then the Green Party will vote. Unfortunately, in Arizona, unless the law changes, if you are not affiliated with a political party, you cannot vote in that election. That's just the way the law reads right now. I don't personally like it, but that's just the way it is. So if you're registered with one of the parties who has a candidate on the ballot, then you can vote in the presidential preference election. Now, make sure, if you want to vote in that election, that you are registered with one of those political parties 29 days in advance of that election, because in Arizona you have 29 days prior to any election to get registered, and since this is a closed election for party members only, then that's where we're at. So check your registration by February 17th, 2020. You can go to maricopa.vote. In fact, it's springtime, a little spring cleaning. Go to maricopa.vote anyway. If you've moved, if you're planning on moving, if you've adjusted your party affiliation, any of that stuff, we can take care of that for you at maricopa.vote. So once again, just to close this up, in 1 year, we will be having Arizona's presidential preference election. That's what it's called. It's not called a primary. We call it the PPE in shorthand. If you have registration with a party and that party has a candidate on the ballot, then you can vote. Otherwise, you can't vote in that election today. Now, if that changes, we'll let you know for sure. But as it stands right now, non-party designated, independents, Constitution parties, what are some of the other parties that we have out there? Like American Liberty Party in some places, some of these very minor parties, you don't have candidates on the ballot, you can't vote in that election. And you cannot change your registration on the day of. You've got to do it ahead of time. That's the rules in Arizona. We don't make them, we just enforce them. So, PPE, next March. I'm Adrian Fuentes, your Maricopa County Recorder. If you want to vote in that PPE, presidential preference election, go to maricopa.vote and get your registration fixed. Thanks so much. Hope you're having a great day. You want me to step out?